I wasn't supposed to stop in Grayhaven. I wasn't even supposed to be on that road. My GPS had glitched, rerouted 3 times, and then finally gone blank, leaving only a blue dot floating in the middle of nowhere. The highway had slowly shrunk into a cracked 2-lane road surrounded by dead trees and fog thick enough to swallow the headlights. Then my car started to fail. The radio died first. Then the dashboard lights flickered. Then the engine sputtered. By the time I saw the sign, I was already rolling to a stop. Welcome to Grayhaven. Someone had scratched something into the metal beneath it, but the fog hid most of the words. The car died just past the sign. The silence afterward felt wrong, too complete, like the world had stopped breathing. Ahead of me, I could see a cluster of lights between the trees, a town. I grabbed my bag and walked. Every step felt heavier the closer I got, like the road itself was pulling me in. The first building was a gas station. Lights were on, but the doors were locked. A man inside stared at me through the glass. His face was pale. He raised his hand, not in greeting, but in warning. He tapped his wrist. I checked my phone. 9:03 p.m. I didn't know why that mattered yet, but it made my stomach tighten. I hurried toward the town center. Grayhaven looked normal at first. A diner, a motel, a grocery store, streetlights humming softly, but something was off. No cars moved, no voices, just curtains shifting as people watched me pass. At the motel, the woman behind the counter looked relieved when she saw me. "You made it," she said. "Made what?" She slid a key across the counter. "Room 12. Lock your door by 9:17. I frowned. "What happens at 9:17? Her face tightened. "Anyone who's outside after that doesn't come back." The lights in the lobby suddenly shut off. "Go," she whispered. I ran. Inside my room, I locked the door just as my phone buzzed. 9:16 p.m. There was a paper taped to the wall above the bed. Grayhaven Night Rules. I didn't want to read it, but I did. Lock your door by 9:17 p.m. Do not answer knocking after 9:17 p.m., even if the voice sounds familiar. If you hear someone walking outside your window, lie still. If you hear breathing inside your room, pretend you are asleep. Do not look outside between 9:17 p.m. and 6 a.m. At exactly 9:17 p.m., something knocked on my door. Soft, polite. "Hello?" a voice whispered. It sounded like my mother. I stood frozen, staring at the handle as it gently turned. "Please," the voice said. "I'm cold." I backed away slowly until I hit the bed. The handle stopped moving. Then I heard footsteps, walking away. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, the town looked almost cheerful. People were outside, children walked to school, cars drove past. It felt like nothing had happened. At breakfast in the diner, I asked the waitress what was wrong with this place. She didn't answer. Instead, she handed me a laminated card. Grayhaven Day Rules. Never ask what happened to the people who disappear. If someone is missing, act like they never existed. If the town gives you a rule, follow it. I laughed nervously. Is this some kind of tourist thing? She leaned closer. No, she whispered. It's survival. That afternoon, I noticed something. There were empty houses. Clean, maintained, but no one lived there. Like someone had just vanished. That night, I locked my door early. At 9:17 p.m., the knocking came again. This time, it was my own voice on the other side. Let me in. I didn't move. A shadow passed under the door. Something tall, something thin. On the third day, I saw a man running down the street at 9:18 p.m., screaming. The streetlights flickered, and then he was gone. No blood, no sound. The next morning, no one mentioned him. It was like he never existed. That's when I understood. Grayhaven doesn't kill people. It erases them. On my fifth night, I broke the rule. At 9:17 p.m., I opened my curtain just a crack. The street was full of shapes. Tall silhouettes standing in front of every house. Waiting. They didn't have faces. Just smooth darkness where a face should be. One of them turned toward my window and smiled, not with a mouth, but with the shape of one. I left Grayhaven the next morning. My car worked again, like nothing had ever been wrong. I didn't stop driving for hours. I didn't look back. Weeks passed. I almost convinced myself it was a nightmare, until I saw it. A new road sign being installed near my town. Welcome to Grayhaven. And underneath, freshly carved, follow the rules, or join us.